Monday. I hope you guys had the most amazing weekend. I bet everyone's super excited that we can now see our friends and have barbecues to a limited number of 6 people. So that's super exciting. I don't know about you, but I can't wait to see some people that I haven't seen in ages. At LBD, the same routines go on. There's so much amazing things happening at the moment. And I got one of the most amazing tie-dye set from Musa Moda, which is my new Monday workwear, which I don't think Lexi would quite agree on because it's not our usual vibe. But it is so comfortable and I really recommend it. Today, we've got a really incredible guest who is an ultimate boss babe. She has built a tech empire and which she'll tell you all about. And she is a true expander, Forbes 30 under 30. And actually she's got a number of awards, to be honest with you. But I mean, I don't think she'll be discussing that, but she really is a boss babe. And I can't wait to bring her in, and she has arrived. And Luna wants to partake all the time. Hi!
Hello. Hey, how
How
are you? I'm good. Honestly, your introductions are so funny and fabulous. So I'll take it. And I love your tie-dye.
I mean, I got it yesterday, and I'm like, I'm now just going to utilize it before loungewear is not acceptable.
Oh my gosh, I know. And it's rapidly upon us.
Oh.
I'm like, this is new for me. This isn't my typical daily yoga wear, etc.
Well, I was actually, I think it was going to be quite fun to put a face mask on and like nice, but I couldn't find all the kit. So I apologize. I was wanting to be very thematic for our interview.
Oh my
and
gosh.
you're looking so well. It seems that isolation is treating you. You're glowing.
Thanks, girl. Well, I've been working and tanning. Like, we've got a tiny little area where I can sit in the sun. So I'm like, okay, I sit with my laptop. I mean, you've got to make it work for you, right?
You got it. You got it. I mean, a hashtag boss babe, a hashtag working and tanning.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Venetia,
Oh my gosh.
To the LBD fam, can you please let us know who you are and what you do?
Okay, thanks, Marina. So my name is Venetia, and I am the founder and CEO of Ruuby. So Ruuby is a curated beauty services marketplace, and it is our mission to make booking beauty treatments easy. So people can download our app and book a host of treatments to their home. So we work with about 800 providers, like of the best, like the little black book of beauty. And so I'm sure everyone is just like I am, ready to get their nails done and their hair redone.
I mean, this is out of control. 4th of July cannot come sooner. That's when you guys can start practicing again, right?
We hope so. All going well. That was the earliest. They said that, that's the earliest date that they think that salons can operate. And we've sort of, while there hasn't been very specific guidelines around mobile beauty professionals, we're sort of taking that as a date, to follow as well. So hopefully, I mean, we hope, we just hope and pray. There's little we can't control it. So we just need to be as prepared as we can.
So this move away from COVID, because I really want to highlight how amazing you are and your business is. So when did you start Ruuby, and what inspired you to do so?
So I started Ruuby 5 years ago, and I'd always had this idea. I mean, I probably for 2 years prior, I'd had this idea alongside a number of others. And I got to a point in my life, so my previous work was very different. I was a geopolitical analyst covering Somali piracy, of all things. So wow. I was living a very different professional world, and really wanted to to run my own business. I think I come from a family of entrepreneurs. I was sort of waiting for that moment, and waiting for the idea. And basically, I mean, it sounds silly, but it was in the middle of the night. I woke up and I thought, oh my gosh, hold on. The beauty idea is actually a really good one. So I just kind of, I think I was 25 at the time, 26 at the time. I just, was like, okay, boom, here we go. Let's start a beauty app. And then, that was the beginning of 1,001 lessons, and lessons I'm still learning every day.
Tell me about it. And so from when you first started to what it is now, surely it must have evolved immensely. So when you first launched, was it an app or was it like a web commerce?
For sure. So it was a completely different concept, actually. So it was sort of so now we do mobile beauty, so everything is at home. But we originally launched for salon bookings, but with sort of amazing, cult, cool, like the black book of salons. And we did that for some time, and then we always had, as part of the app, an area for at home, and that just got more and more popular. So everyone was just booking for at home. And so we realized, well, I mean, quite late, and I mean, we're, sort of 2 years in, but realized actually there's a huge opportunity here. One, to build a unique kind of technology platform, that built for mobile freelancers, which didn't exist. And secondly, that's where the demand was. There was no one really doing anything for mobile. So we ran with kind of a merge model for some time, which worked, and allowed us to like quickly find our feet, because obviously our original platform was built for like bricks and mortar, which is completely different to now. Our professionals are on the go, on the move. They're like dynamic in terms of data. And so we had to quickly, iterate and rebuild. But by kind of hacking it for a while, we managed to catch up with ourselves. So, it's a completely different business. Something I always say to people who are starting businesses is, the idea that you originally have is going to be completely different to the one that you end up with, and to just kind of roll with it. Don't be too emotionally committed to the original idea, because, it becomes, from that moment of it being an idea in your head to, later in the actual formation of a company and like a functioning company with clients, you then get all of this feedback from other people. So it's so much better. It's so many more, brains than just your own. And so, you've got to iterate.
That's amazing advice, because I think people put so much, like you said, they put so much emotion into it, and they get so hurt if someone dislikes something or whatever. But at the end of the day, you're building a product for your customers. And to evolve to that is just the biggest essence. So thank you for pointing that out, because I really believe that that's like fantastic advice. And so in terms of Ruuby, so right now, like you don't just do nails, you do massages, injectables, everything, right? And then during COVID, haven't you been doing, like, you've adapted to your model just to look after your clients? Like you've been having also online doctors, which is super cool.
We have. So actually, like, this is my favorite fact. So we had the biggest spike in cosmetic, like on Botox injections prior to lockdown. Everyone's like, oh my gosh, like it's coming. The time's coming. So we had like, everyone's like having a panic attack about 3 months without their Botox. So I love looking at those trends. But so we do everything.
People be so stressed, Venetia, that they're like, oh my God, I need to sort myself out.
Yeah, I know.
Lines that are here that I've never seen before. I can't wait to see this out, because I've got so much grey. I'm like, oh my word, I need to sort this out.
Oh my God, I know. I'm becoming like so low maintenance. Like I need to get back and like get myself back into shape. Like I just, I'm like, whatever,
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm like thinking like you're getting all the secret beauty hacks from all your beauticians, because you must have a roster for like, oh yeah, how do I do this? How do I do that? You've got all the answers, because you just asked all the most amazing people that are part of Ruuby.
I definitely have been doing that. I'm like, help, I've been speaking about all the at home remedies. I'm like, so like, thank God for Ruby, because this at home thing is not going to last for me, like on my own.
No, I
Like, I won't get
totally
into
agree.
it.
So
Won't
then,
get into that.
other than like online consultations, how have you been
Yes.
adapting to COVID?
So yes, we've done a lot of online. So beauty, makeup master classes. We've been working with GPs, so giving people access to GPs when it was really difficult. Health, wellness, fitness consultations, things like that. And then really it's been a question of just regrouping and investing our time and our resources in the business model. So, really thinking about our future strategy, thinking about the best case, the worst case, what's going to happen if there's a second wave. So really planning that out.
Yeah.
In terms of what we've actively been working on, we've been doing a lot of tech. So we've been working on a lot of product. So we've actually just launched a new app, which is available. So you can like play around with it. I love it. I'm obsessed with it.
Oh,
It's
what is
so
it? Tell us the name. I need to download it.
No, it's just like our app, but the next, but a new version. It's not a whole new app. Like,
Okay, got you. Okay, well, I'll update it.
update it. It's really cool. It's really cool. It's just got lots of little features that we've all been waiting for a long time. So it's really nice to get that up and running. So yeah, just refining the product that we have and catching up. It's always hard. Tech takes a lot of time. You want 1,000 features. It takes a long, forever. And so I'm trying to think positively and be like,
Yeah.
we've just bought 3 months without any distractions. So we've been doing a lot of that. We've also been really working hard with industry bodies on the formation of industry guidelines. So for at-home beauty workers, what it's going to be like for people to get treatments in a post-COVID world.
And what do you have any kind of insight to what that's going to be like at the moment? Are we going to have to wear masks?
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
ourselves.
So yeah, definitely. I mean, masks will be essential both for client and for therapist. Obviously, sort of extensive sanitizing pre, during, post appointments, reduction in number of appointments. I mean, so I'm going to talk from a mobile perspective, but we'll be utilizing our technology to reduce geographical coverage by therapists. So to minimize the use of public transport, for example. So they're like walking or driving or whatever it might be to appointments. We've been sort of sourcing PPE, so visors, masks, gloves, to ensure that everyone's prepared. We have different protocols for different treatments. Obviously getting a tan is different to getting a facial, but I mean, it's all absolutely possible. And in a very, we've seen, can be, with the right kind of comprehensive measures in place, the risk of transmission of the virus is actually minimal. So we do feel quite confident about it, but these measures do have to be implemented correctly and comprehensively.
And will that affect the price of the treatments? Because surely that's
so
an additional.
Yeah. It's something that we're working out now. It's sort of like the congestion charge. Remember when Uber increase the prices for the congestion? Unfortunately, we've got the PPE cost plus now more congestion.
And if
but
you're doing less bookings as well per beautician.
Exactly, it's definitely going to impact, impact on volumes. But we're not going to up the price, to account for lower volume of bookings, but definitely to, to cover some of the costs of the equipment, but like a nominal fee. But we don't want to be passing
every kind of, like, most people, any kind of retailer, they're also having to have this implemented in their costs. Like, it's going to affect everyone.
Exactly.
And the thing is, the fact that people are aware of it and also have to be aware of like what people are having to do this, I think is also really important to the customer.
Yeah, for sure. So it's a big learning experience. This has been a very unique moment in time, and
Completely.
We just want to be like part of the conversation and be as responsible, a player as we can be. It's been an interesting moment understanding identity of the company. You know, I've kind of, you know, it was the learning experience about the fact that, you know, Ruby is bigger. We represent more people. We've got a very big community that we are
And did you
responsible for.
acquire a business by any chance?
Yeah, we did. We did. That was
When you acquire a business, that's when you know you've also done it.
oh my God. I don't know. I mean, it was a fantastic thing. I'm so happy we did it, and it was game changing for our company, both in terms of just, you know, being a marketplace, supply, demand, just
Yeah.
really giving it that kickstart. But it's definitely difficult, you know, like, I mean, especially as a first time founder, you know, I never, you know, pretend to know ever, like quite the opposite, you know, so it's definitely a big learning experience and a great challenge. But you know, I think like you got to go with your gut and go with what feels right, and that definitely felt right.
And so going on to, which actually my next question quite nicely. So how did you scale and market your brand? Because for me, I've always felt that you digitally were like always nailing it from the set, like from the onset. So I just really want to hear from you about like, and any advice you can give us.
Thank you. So you know what? There was never a plan. Like, you know, and now I look back and I think, okay, like we actually did understand consumers, we understood our clients, we understood like inherently what would work, and we kept our personality and honesty like as part of that. So we made mistakes, we did funny weird things, you know, we did all of that, and we just by trial and error in a very honest way learned the most appropriate strategy. So to go back a little bit, I think, you know, when I look back and reflect on it, I think that really it's, you know, we benefited a lot and we leveraged word of mouth a lot. So, you know, with beauty, I mean, you always recommend, you know, recommend something to your friends. Like I had a great like nail technician. She came over, she did my nails. And so, you know, we built obviously things like, you know, referral programs into the app, but really tried to ensure that obviously the service offering was great and that people wanted to share, but that it suited that. So with Ruby, you can recommend individuals. So just like digitize that sense of like that loyalty, and sort of that word of mouth. We also worked a lot on our tone of voice. So you know, at the beginning, I mean, even still now, I write so much of our content and our copy. Like, I just want it to feel super, like, you know, I hate, like, if we ever write something that's like too marketing, it like doesn't say anything. It's like just like this like generic content. Like, I hate it. I want it to feel true and honest. And I want people to understand that there's a team behind this business. We're not just a factory. And I think that really helps in terms of building brand loyalty. And again, if you do make mistakes, or if, you know, something doesn't work or something, whatever, you know, people understand why. And so really, to kind of summarize, it's thinking about what, you know, what do people love? Like, you know, they love the product, they love the ethos behind it, and really trying to leverage those. And then practically, I think partnerships are amazing. Small, big, whatever. The more, the merrier. I think it's a great way also to like build and you know, extend your like company personality as well.
Of course.
Yeah, and you know what? All the digital stuff, you know, can come. Like, you know, I think that it's really, I think that obviously, you know, Google ads, Facebook ads, Instagram, it's incredible and does a huge amount for companies, you know, when implemented in the right way. But I don't necessarily think that, you know, especially for new companies, they need to spend a fortune on these ads. I actually think that you utilizing like homegrown community and word of mouth in a clever way, you know, can take you a huge, you know, really far. And sorry, I'm nearly done. And still, some of this, I love this topic because I love thinking about it. And some of our first clients, you know, I mean, a lot of people who started using us right at the very beginning are still using us now. Like you, yeah. And my mom.
And a whole group, like literally, I know. I mean, I can't even just count it on my hands. I need like, you know, a number of people's hands to count how many people I know that are using Ruby apps. So yeah, like here, it's just everyone knows about you.
I love that. I still like forget, and I still think that it is just, you know, me and my mum and my sister. But no, so it's so nice. Like if I see it on someone's phone, I'm like, oh wow, I'm still like so excited.
And also the kind of merchandise you used to hand out as well, which was super
Oh,
cool.
I'm
Like the scratch
obsessed. Yeah.
cards, the amazing
Anything.
jackets, too
Yes,
much.
and you know what? And like, and this is another learning I've had like since lockdown. You know, I mean, I've even been saying it to my team, like, I mean, let's bring the fun back. You know, sometimes it's like you just get distracted and weighed down by all the boring stuff, and you lose your spark. And sometimes, like, every so often, I'll look and I'll be like, oh my God, we've lost our spark. Like, let's get it back, and then we'll get it back. It doesn't take long,
No.
but like, you know, you got to spend money on random shit like scratch cards, like, because it's
I still
fun.
actually have some because I didn't want to use it because I thought they were so cool.
Yeah, I'm like, we're gonna bring those scratch cards back, but like hoodies, like we like superimpose Ruby into a Game Boy and put it on hoodies, like
Oh
just
yeah.
just all this stuff. But it's swag, and I think it's what makes people love brands. Like you know, I love certain brands. I buy all their swag. I just think that it's cool, you know.
No, completely. I totally agree with you. And so I think you've touched upon it a number of times, but what would be like your one piece of advice that you'd give someone who was wanting to start a business?
So I think I always say one piece of practical
Mm-hmm.
advice, which I was given very early on, and it's get good accountants and good lawyers. Like, just do it. Trust me, just do it
Yeah.
early. You know, you don't want to have to go back and fix a multitude of issues. Like, get it right early.
Yeah.
And then the other one, which is kind of a bigger piece of advice, is, you know, if you truly are committed to your idea, you love it, you want to, you know, you want this to be your thing, um, just keep going. You know, I think that they say that, you know, the most successful businesses are the ones where people didn't give up. Like, there are so many times I look back in my business's history and I think about how many times like any normal person would have given up. Like, you know, the
Yeah.
odds are against us, things are going wrong, and you just keep persevering. And while it's super hard at the beginning, and it's hard the whole time, like it's particularly hard at the beginning, it's very, very stressful because you haven't seen the other side. Over time, you know, you realize like this too shall pass. So just keep going no matter what. There's always a way through.
Yeah. I love that. No, that I
I
totally agree
really
with you.
stand by it. I really,
Yeah,
really stand by it.
I totally agree with you on that. And then for our last question,
Yeah.
what is your one wardrobe tip for the LBD community?
Oh my gosh. I don't know if you want to be asking me because my wardrobe is like a nightmare. But
Not until you get on LBD.
yeah, seriously. Like, I honestly have these thoughts every so often. I'm like, oh my God, where is that? Like, I literally do. Like, it's really been happening a lot recently. I'm like, where is that thing? Where is that? Where are those shoes? Anyway, but to answer your question, my advice would be to like wear it all. You know, we have like, you know, I got these bags and they're hidden away, and I always just pick up like the one that I've been carrying yesterday. Like, I literally like carry the same bag, but I've got these super sick things upstairs. So I'm like, just wear it all, like be creative. Like, you know, we spend a fortune on our wardrobes. You know, we love this stuff when we buy it. Like, keep that magic and keep wearing it. So I'm going to take my own advice because like, especially, you know, to full circle this from the beginning, when I've been saying I've been wearing like bloody yoga pants all day, I'm not going to anymore.
Well, also, like, we're still gonna be out of isolation, and I can't wait to see you in all these different looks, like
Yeah.
from like 10 years ago, like being put together with like recent stuff. So I cannot wait for the next time we have coffee to like see the outfit you're wearing.
Seriously.
But I also want to say, through the LBD community, Venetia also has the most amazing. She's doing the most amazing interviews. How often do you do your interviews, Venetia?
Well, probably once a week.
Yeah, and she's doing incredible ones, really cool, interesting content. So I really recommend watching her. She is so much fun. And there's a wait list for Ruby at the moment, isn't there?
Yes.
So you can now like put forward the treatments you want. I'm about to do that because I am desperate.
Yeah, I feel ya. We have got a wait list, and you can scroll across on the app, our new app. And
yeah, so download or update it, because I know a lot of people don't update apps. So please update the app with your Ruby.
Yeah.
And e-commerce too, right? So you can also
Yeah.
buy the top products from you guys, right?
Exactly. So we're starting with, as I'm actually playing with right here, Shuamura, which is like amazing hair care. Like it's honestly like I went to the office to get some more. It's so good. Like I highly recommend it. And then with many new products and brands to come in the coming weeks. So yeah, thanks for the shout out.
Well, you gotta give us all the info so that we can update it and say that to go and like get amazing products because everyone loves beauty.
I will.
Sure. I'm investing in a beauty product every week.
I know. I know. Me too. It's so fun. Oh well.
Anyways, darling, thank you so much for your time, energy,
thanks, Marina.
LBD. I'm so loved you having you, and also you have been so inspiring and insightful. And to any female, male, anyone want to go into tech entrepreneurship, I really feel that they need to look at you because you are such an expander. So thank you.
Oh my God, don't. You're so sweet. I think what you guys are doing is fabulous as well. And I'm so excited to see what comes next. And thank you for being such a great supporter. It means the world.
No, we love Ruby, and everyone book your sessions at Ruby. It's coming. There should be a countdown.
Yeah. Oh, good idea. Okay.
Okay, darling. Bye, darling.
Bye. Bye.